Yo, in this video, I'm going to show you how much I got paid with YouTube Shorts. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Money Maxing. I help people grow on YouTube. I run a community on how to grow on YouTube. And I actually don't do a lot of shorts, but I decided to do this as a experiment. Now, if you haven't watched the last video, I showed y'all how much I made on this newly monetized channel that I just got monetized about a month ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, etc. And in total, in the past 28 days, I made $1,400 plus. Now this is in Canadian, so this is about 1,000 USD, maybe 900 USD, something along those lines. But as a whole on this channel, I've made $1,500. I've gotten 1 million views, and I just monetized this channel December, let's say December 17th or something like that, because this is the video that blew me up, and got 200K on a long form video with, you know, it being 24 minutes long. It got me monetized because I got 25,000 hours of watch time on this. But you guys have come here for the shorts aspect of things, and this short right here popped off, and there's quite some interesting things that I want to talk about in terms of how much I got paid with YouTube Shorts. So before I show you that one that popped off here, I want to go into the first short I made and kind of go into like the evolution of how I did this. And by the way, this got limited for a very specific reason, which I will tell you why. And hopefully you can pretty much not do the same mistake I did, because I would have made a nice little chunk of change on this one 200,000 view short. But the first YouTube short I made was like this really dumb one, and I can even show you now. Let me show you. It was like a zombies then versus now type scenario. And it was pretty bad, I'm not gonna lie. And this only got 2,000 views, and it didn't make me any money at all, I don't believe. We can just check right here. Probably made me, oh yeah, 48 cents, okay. Which means the RPM per 1,000 engaged views is 31 cents. Now, what is engaged views, by the way? You have overall views here, and then when you go to engagement, you have engaged views. So I'm assuming, and I actually don't even know this, so I'm not the fucking expert here on YouTube Shorts, but I'm assuming that engaged views are the viewers that have watched pretty much all the way until the end, or like halfway through, something along those lines, maybe even commented, liked, etc. But it's interesting to see the RPM being 31 cents. So that means if I had a million engaged views, which is 1,000 times 0.31, I would have made $310 off a million engaged views. And if you know YouTube Shorts, there are YouTube Shorts with tens of millions, even hundreds of millions of views. And we're going to get into this, but this one YouTube short that got me 200,000 views, this took me fucking 15 minutes to make. You know what I mean? So with that being said, if you can find a format on YouTube Shorts that makes you, well, generates you a lot of views and that you can pump them out quickly, I can see this being like kind of a consistent source of income when it comes to revenue and monetization. But there is also a few caveats to YouTube Shorts, but let's just get into some more of these YouTube Shorts, and then we can kind of go into like the evolution of what happened and how did I get to this point right here. So this one was the evolution of the mystery box, and I made $1.38. Obviously I got a few more views, got 8,000 views. This took a long ass time to make. It took like 30 minutes rather than the 15 minutes that it took to make this one, just because I was really new to YouTube Shorts and I didn't know exactly how to like format things. And I just took a lot of time kind of like thinking about how to put this together, what video I should make, etc., etc. But yeah, this got a RPM of $0.28 or 28 cents if you're a human being. And by the way, this is in Canadian, so this is probably around like 12 cents USD. So typically you're going to make around 10 cents USD per 1,000 engaged views. So just keep that in mind when you're watching this video. Now we get into some interesting stuff. We're going to skip over this one and we're going to go into the evolution of the M4A1S. Now, what is this? It's literally just an evolution of machine guns in Counter-Strike. And this took not that long to make. Obviously, like the editing part was a bit kind of janky, and I actually had to record some screen footage for myself here. But this got 22,000 views and only $2.35. So that means the RPM was 20 cents. So the RPM definitely does vary on specific videos. For some reason, this is all gaming, so I don't know why the RPMs vary. But from my knowledge, people that get paid on YouTube Shorts, it's like a pool of ad money and it's like random or some shit. I don't know. I really don't know. I do not know much about YouTube Shorts. I'm just showing you how much I've made with YouTube Shorts. But then this video was the one that kind of changed everything for me. This is where I got 40,000 views. And funny enough, I made $6.30 off this video. Now I've had 22,000 engaged views, which means the RPM of this video was 28 cents per thousand engaged views, which made me $6.30. Now, this was the short that took the longest amount of time for some reason, just because I over-edited it. I can't even speak English right now, but we'll just show you this video right now, and I'll turn on my volume here. 2 come out before GTA 6. Are we gonna see Gary's Mod 2 come out before GTA 6? The creator of Gmod, Gary Newman, made his last update to the game 10 years ago. But yeah, you get the point. Super edited. Did do fairly well at 41K views. Didn't really pop off like I expected it to, but it made me $6.30, and it took about like an hour to edit this, maybe a little bit more. So obviously not that good. But this is where it gets real friggin' interesting here. So made a few more shorts, made this one, Matt is 2 OP, just talked about the Matt Wii sports character, which made me $4.80. This took a little bit less editing because it was shorter as well. Same RPM, 27 cents per thousand engaged views, made me about $4.80. Then I made some random short here about Lethal Company and Not Duran Tone. This one didn't really pop off as I thought it would, but this did make me $3. The RPM on this one was actually 30 cents, but this is where it gets interesting. I made a Resident Evil 9 YouTube short just because Resident Evil 9 is coming out. Obviously, there's hype around this, and I got this idea because I realized in the new Resident Evil, Leon, the character, is like really, really old now. And for context, Leon in the earlier games was like in his 20s. Leon in the new game is, I believe, 51. Did you know? So we're going to watch this video real quick, and I'll just show you this. That in the new Resident Evil game, Requiem, Leon is 51 years old. The game is set in the year 2028, 30 years after the events in Raccoon City when he was just... So do you notice that I'm not editing this at all? Like I just threw in some clips. I got like some captions here that you can automatically generate in CapCut, Premiere Pro, whatever the case may be. I put some like trendy music, which is a ESD Kid. Is that how you say his name? SD Kid. It's anyways, it's like this rapper that's popping off right now, and it was literally just clips that I found on YouTube, and the only editing was I did like a side-by-side comparison. So it was like a comparison of the old clips versus the new game, which took me like literally like 10 seconds. And this whole YouTube short took me like 15 minutes, like I said, and it got, let's see, 212,000 views. But here's the problem. This is where I fucked up, right? And hopefully you can maybe not make this mistake. As it turns out, when you have like gore on your YouTube videos, in your YouTube shorts specifically, like right here, you see how I like curb stomped that zombie, or how Leon curb stomps that zombie? YouTube didn't like that, and then not demonetized the video, but limited its ad reach. So I only made 66 cents from 105,000 engaged views. And if we go to monetization right here, yeah, a human reviewer rated my video and said exactly at the curb stomp, it was like not suitable for for advertisements, which I do understand. I agree. Okay, I get it. But it doesn't really suck because like honestly, whatever. But it would suck for someone that just got monetized and like spent a bunch of time on a YouTube short, it popped off, and then it got demonetized just because you did like some little action in the start of the video. So if you are making YouTube shorts, watch out for that, because you might get, you might get screwed around with in the monetization aspect of things. But basically my RPM on this video was 2 cents Canadian, so that's like 0.05 cents US or some shit like that. Whatever, the game's the game. But let's just say in a world where this didn't get demonetized, I had 105,000 engaged viewers. So that's 105 1,000s times, let's just say my RPM was 30 cents. I would have made $31 Canadian on this video. And let's say if this video got 1 million engaged viewers, right? So that's 1,000 times 0. Let's say 27. I would have made $270 on this video, which took me like literally 15 minutes to make. So here is my thoughts on YouTube Shorts. In my opinion, if you have a second channel that you just don't care about and you don't want to make long form content, because long form content takes a fuck ton of time and you just want to make some side money, I think if you can master the YouTube Shorts algorithm, it could be worth just making a YouTube short every day just to make that side money, only if you know how to get millions and millions of views on the platform, and if you have like a formula that you can just literally like blast out and post something every day and have millions of viewers watch your YouTube Shorts. Now, there's actually some pros and cons when it comes to YouTube Shorts and YouTube long form, but for me, like with this whole experiment, one thing I noticed was there's a lot less how would I say it? There's a lot less responsibility when it comes to YouTube Shorts. If you're a YouTuber, which you probably are if you're watching this YouTube video, when you make long form videos, you have an audience that like really cares about you. And if you make a bad video, like you'll get hate comments and you know what I mean? Like people will kind of like criticize you and they're like, oh, what happened here? What happened here? But when it comes to YouTube Shorts, it's such a low attention span and like a low barrier to entry, and everyone's on YouTube Shorts, everyone's doom scrolling, etc. You can just make random ass videos and no one cares. Like I made a Nocturne on Toten video, I made a Resident Evil video, I made a Wii Sports video, I made a Gary's Mod video, I made a Counter-Strike video, and all of this was like really just low barrier to entry. No one really cared. And my existing audience that I've made on long form hasn't complained at all. So when it comes to short form, there's a lot of room to mess up and there's a lot of room to just like try anything that you want. They're super easy to make and it's really low. How would I say it? What's the word I'm looking for? It's very not low effort, but it's like low responsibility. Like you don't really care if one flops and one doesn't. So for me personally, as a YouTuber that has a lot of channels, I have a few that I'm kind of growing at the moment, trying to get popping off so I can make some more side income, like this, random ass channel that I freaking monetized the other month. For me, I think YouTube Shorts is worth it on this because I don't have enough time in the day to make long form for all my YouTube channels, right? So it just depends on what your situation is. If you're trying to get monetized from YouTube Shorts, that's a completely different ball game because you're going to need like millions and millions and millions of views. I'd honestly prefer you to just make long form videos to get monetized. But if you want to build a community, go long form. If you don't give a shit about that and you have a monetized channel and you just want to make money, short form might be the answer for you. It just depends on your style and your workflow, etc. I'm the long form guy. Like, let me just say that right now. I like long form. I make long form videos and that's what I'm personally going with. But YouTube Shorts is cool. It's interesting to see like the growth and it is a huge dopamine spike when you get views like this. But I digress. That is the YouTube short stuff right there. If you have a long form channel and you want me to personally help you grow on YouTube, you can check out Winners Club or even just grab vidIQ for $1 using my link in the description below. And it's the tool that I use. And also Winners Club is the group where I help grow on YouTube. I actually have a group call in about 40 minutes. So I'm going to hop on that and go see my guys. And yeah, so that's it. Thanks for watching and I'll talk to you later. Peace. So if you want me to help you with your YouTube channel, I would highly recommend checking out Winners Club. If you want to stop making videos that tank in views and finally want to do something on YouTube, I'd highly recommend checking us out. We do weekly group calls. There's tons of wins and testimonials on my website and in the school. And like I said, there's a sale going on right now. So if you want to check that out, check that out. And I can't wait to help you grow on YouTube. Peace.